What's up, wrestling fans? This is I believe it's a complicated situation. Maybe it's not. Maybe I'm making it more complicated. But Brock Lesnar, a lot of people, this tells me how bad wrestling is right now. By the way, it is. Because people are arguing over what's worse, Naomi and Sasha or Brock Lesnar and all these things. People are saying, oh, why didn't they call out Brock Lesnar the same way they called out Naomi and Sasha? I'm going to explain that to you in a second, why they didn't call him out the same way, besides the fact that he's protected. First of all, I do want to bring light. They called out Stone Cold Steve Austin. Do you guys remember this? When Stone Cold wouldn't work with Lesnar and Stone Cold was being a baby, they called out Stone Cold Steve Austin. But you're not supposed to call out Sasha and Naomi. You can call out Stone Cold, but you can't call out Sasha and Naomi, who, by the way, Sasha has done this several times. First of all, I love Sasha Banks. I think she's been treated like garbage on the main roster. You know what I mean? So she has a right. I mean, I can understand, rather, why she would walk out. But, dude, these people on the internet and the wrestling people and so many people, even CM Punk, all these people are fucking delusional. And I finally figured it out. I watched tons of different wrestling people talk about this. I watched Catman. I watched CM Punk. I watched so many people. And it can really be summed up. You can see, I can prove to you guys how they are wrong about this situation. I can prove to you that they're wrong. Let's hear what CM Punk has to say first. By the way, remember, this is the same guy that says AJ Styles is a racist. So AJ Styles is a major racist, I guess. But, and he doesn't like homophobes, but he calls people homos in the crowd. But here we go. Let's listen to CM Punk, who's a psycho hypocrite as well, talk about this. Somebody tell the New Day that AJ Styles is a racist. I think the New Day needs to know.
Put it to you like this.
I also love CM Punk. It doesn't make any sense. I want him to say whatever he thinks and whatever he wants, because that's what we're all supposed to be able to do. I fall in the middle somewhere between him and his feelings, but
oh boy, people are going to be real fucking mad about this, but fuck it.
Fuck it. Exactly. I love that attitude. People are going to be mad about this. Okay, whatever. It's not even that big a take.
Mercedes.
Love Jade, by the way. She's in the background.
And Trinity leave, and they announce on SmackDown that, gosh darn, we're so disappointed in them, and they really let our fans down.
Yeah, they did that to Stone Cold Steve Austin, too, the guy that saved the company pretty much.
Brock splits. Comes back, obviously. I think he worked the show. But where's Michael Cole saying, man, Brock Lesnar really let these fans down?
Because he didn't! He came back! He didn't let the fans down because he didn't leave! First of all, we don't even know if that story is true. They could have worked that story so that they could have the surprise of Brock actually being there at the end. I'm still not convinced it wasn't some kind of weird worked leak. But even if he did act like a baby bitch and walk out, guess what, guys? He came back, so it doesn't matter because the fans got Brock Lesnar. He was advertised and he was there. That's the fucking difference. How hard is that to understand? How hard is it to understand for CM Punk to understand and for other people to understand? Oh, well, they called out Naomi and Sasha. You know what I mean? They left. And by the way, and by the way, they're not talking about the crying at WrestleMania on the floor, and that was the fans. Some of the fans decided to be harsh on them, some weren't. He's talking about the night that they left, and then WWE said Sasha and Naomi won't be here to defend their titles because they quit and they walked out, and it's unfortunate, So, but Brock Lesnar. Now, if Brock Lesnar doesn't come out, if Brock Lesnar doesn't show up, and then on commentary, they may very well have said, I know, folks, we were looking forward to Brock Lesnar tonight, but unfortunately, he decided to leave the building for whatever reason. right? Plus, he's in like one of the most important storylines in the company, the main storyline for SummerSlam. So you hope that maybe he comes back and you don't have to do that. But if by SummerSlam he hasn't come back, they might say something, right? So it's the two situations aren't the same at all because Lesnar comes back. No, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, how is this not obvious? Oh, they should have called out Brock Lesnar. Why? He came out. He was there. They resolved the issue, I heard right away. So allegedly, if he did walk out, we all heard that it was resolved within like an hour. He walked out, got angry, walked around the building or something, came back in and said, all right, whatever. Like, all right, we'll talk now. So what, he had a temper tantrum? So you want them on Raw to call out the Brock Lesnar quit today, but now he's back. Why? He's back. How hard is this to fucking stand?
Brock splits.
No, he came back. He didn't split.
Comes back, obviously. I think.
Obviously, he comes back. See that major fucking point.
He worked the show, but
well, he worked the show, but okay. So how many other wrestlers have stormed out or gotten angry or said they're not going to go out there or they're not going to do it, but then they did it? That means Shawn Michaels has done this like 70 times. Did they call out Shawn Michaels on the air every single time? Hey, Shawn Michaels earlier walked out, but he's still here, so he might come out, everybody, but we're just calling it out now. What? No, you don't do that. Doesn't make sense. He's there. Call him out if he doesn't show up. This is this is a illogical, this is a not qualifiable comparison. It's not a qualifiable comparison. You people just make shit up that it's comparable. It's not. Just a virtue signal. Just to say, oh, like it's not the same. And lots of people are saying this out there. Let's go to Mustang Man.
On social media claiming, well, why don't you just watch till the end of the show? And then you got your people that agree with me. It's a fucking shit show. But what is the difference? What is the difference between what Sasha Banks and Naomi did and what Brock Lesnar did?
He came back! And you don't even know if it was real. You fucking marks! You've been worked! But even if it is real, he came back. He came the fuck back! How don't you understand this?
There is a huge, obvious difference.
Yes, he came back. That's the difference.
The same fucking thing.
It's not okay. You're right. It's not the same thing. Okay, maybe he gets it. It's not the same thing.
It's not the same thing in that sense that these people are thinking about, but in the grand scheme of things, it is the same fucking thing. It should be the same thing.
Why?
Everybody should be treated equal.
Everybody should be treated equal? So you're saying that they should call out Brock Lesnar because he left and so didn't Naomi and Sasha? So everyone should be treated equal? But that's not equal because Sasha and Naomi, they left and never came back. Brock Lesnar walked out in anger and then came back. So those situations aren't equal. So how can you call for equality when the situations aren't equal? Well, to you, I guess 1 + 1 = fucking 3. How hard is this to understand? But then again, you drive an automatic Mustang. My name is Joe Cronin, and everybody else is a fucking retard compared to me.